John Sanchez. I have Mr. Mr. ShiSmooth.
And then we got Matt Van Norman
On here on the pod. Today's episode, we got a lot. This is gonna be a fun one.
Yes, indeed.
Matt shared some information. I'm not gonna put it out there, but I feel like coming to this podcast, we're gonna be having a good time here. Me and Charlotte thought it was gonna be a good time, but Matt, just a whole different element. So,
Yes,
are we ready to go? We ready? All right, cool. So, Shiloh, you have a new little concept that you want to share with us.
Oh yeah, a nice little segment. I'm calling it "What's Your Next Move?" What's your next move? It pretty much consists of I give out a scenario, and then I ask you guys at the end of the scenario, what's your next move?
Okay.
Some of it's gonna be crazy, some of it's gonna be quirky. Who knows?
All right.
But you guys ready for this one?
I'm ready.
It has a little bit of a story too, so be ready. Here we go. What would you do? It's a beautiful Friday night. You've been flirting with a woman, and she's garnered your attention. It's time for dinner and some dancing. You know, a little bit of night out. As you go out, drinks are flowing. You told her to dress up. She wears like those work dress leggings, if you will, the work pants, if you would. You know, you don't think nothing of it. She's looking good. You keep going.
She's wearing what?
Like the slacks, you know,
Oh.
slacks and everything else.
Okay. Like professional.
Yeah, so instead of like a little dress or something else like that, she's wearing slacks. You don't think nothing of it. So you go, drinks hitting, boom, 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 it's time to dance. You're dancing with her, she's doing her little two-step. You want to do a crazy move. So as you spin her around, her right leg buckles and snaps off.
It snaps off, or she just snaps her leg?
No,
God.
Oh, shit.
Then you see, she gives you that look. She picks up her leg and she says, "Can you help me put this back on? It's a prosthetic leg."
Yeah.
What's your next move?
I totally thought that was going somewhere different when you said the suit
Slacks.
pants. Yeah. I thought that was
I was
going.
like, you said think nothing of it. I'm like, I thought everything. I'm like, wait, what the fuck is this?
See? So I'm glad it went this way.
I'm glad that her leg snapped off and it wasn't anything else, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so I obviously would just help her with her fucking leg and ask her what she's capable of doing. Because, obviously my moves are too much. Should we have gone to the BI and, square dance a little bit? Is that too much? Is downtown a little too rowdy, a little too, ratchet? She can't
throw it back?
She can't bend it over, make her knees touch her elbows.
Sensation.
So I'm just, this is my state of mind is that, because you said it's a Friday night, we've been drinking already, having a good time. So if I see the girl's leg come off, and I didn't know.
Bro, you want to know what I would do?
What?
I'll pour my drink in that bitch and fucking drink it down. I'll drink it right out of her fucking leg.
I can see that. I can see Wild Matt just looking at that shit and having a good
If she
time.
was
with
looking
it.
around all embarrassed, I'd be like, fucking pour my drink in that bitch. Down that shit. And then I would just be dancing with just the leg.
You would. I feel like you'd have fun with it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were on a good level, if you were drunk and that shit happened, you'd be like, oh fuck. And then you would try having fun with it.
It's okay, baby.
Kiss the leg.
I'll do a Zamboni off the leg.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough though, because if I'm not fucked up, is that conversation I have that night or the next day being yo, so.
Honestly, bro, I feel like I've come across so many fucking awkward and crazy things in my life that I would honestly just be like, this is nothing fucking new.
I would question myself and be like, how the fuck did I not know that? How did I not notice?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's one of those things. For me personally, thinking about this.
Yeah, where did this come from?
It sounds like Deuce Bigelow.
Yeah.
It sounds like Deuce Bigelow.
Okay,
Where does this come from, Shiloh?
How I thought about this was, disclaimer, at the job, I was helping out this lady yesterday, but a petite lady.
Okay.
And as she was walking, it buckled the end. I guess it wasn't tight enough or something.
So you were thinking
over. She just fell. So of course I helped her, but then it thought in my mind, I was like,
Hey, she was bad too. That's why you were thinking like, what if I was dancing with her?
I do not speak on patience at the hospital. But yes, that is what the thought was, and I just thought to myself, what would I have done if this was a girl that I was attracted to, took her to the night out, and it fell off at the club or at the bar?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna help her up.
I don't
put
think
it back together. Get you another drink, baby, and we're rocking tonight.
I don't think I'd be that gracious.
There's nothing an audios couldn't fix.
That's where I'm thinking is like, okay, if I'm really, really drunk, I'm probably like, I don't give a fuck. But like, if I'm just like buzzing, I'm just like, your legs came off. Like,
depending on how she was acting is how I would act.
Yeah.
If she was super embarrassed, I would try and maybe like, unless she's like hysterically crying or something, I would try and make it funny. Yeah. You know, I would just make it no big deal. But if she was like, you know, like, just give me that, and puts it back on, and then
it goes back out there, yeah.
Like,
just full confidence, just like, oh fuck it, like the shadow all the time.
Yeah, then I don't gotta make up for anything. She just her leg fucking fell off, and then I just gotta act like, you know, that shit just didn't happen.
Yeah, have you been there before?
And then if she's like wants to explain, I'm like, shark attack. I already know.
This is a morning conversation. That's what I would say. This is a morning conversation.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. For the night, shark attack. For tonight, you got attacked by a shark.
Yeah. For tonight, you went on deployment and came back.
Yeah. Served our country.
Yes, you did. Served it well.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, in that situation, it depends. Like, am I like 2017 John, or like am I now John? Because I feel like that, like, if I would say like back then, if I was really fucked up, I'd be like, fuck yeah, like have fun with it. But
I feel like if I was, it depends on the friends I'm with too. It's
yeah,
like, it depends because like I know I would have to defend her now and sit in front of certain friends because their asses would just take all full force of just roasting her ass. And then other friends, you know, would probably I wouldn't have to say shit to.
Man,
I know exactly where you're going.
So that's. What would you say if it was me? If it was me, I brought a girl.
I would make sure everyone's cool and I would party the fuck on.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, bro. I'd be like, dog, did you know that? And if you said no, I'd be like, well, now you do.
Yeah, I'd be like
now you know.
But just know that for the rest of your life, we're holding that against you, being like, don't be like, shout out for your girl fucking one leg to the club.
What's that one captain's name with the one leg?
Fucking
from what show?
Patchy the Pirate, not Patchy.
There's
I forget.
There's Family
It's
Guy.
Family Guy. Seamus.
There you go.
You Seamus. Seamus.
We just seem like some misogynistic fucking assholes on this podcast.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It's an honest take. Like,
no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
I don't.
Respectively, like, you want me to fucking fake it? Like, this is what I do, or you want me to be like, nah, this is probably not what I do.
It's just I was just making a joke because of how like sensitive people are nowadays.
Yeah, true. People are very sensitive, but that's why when we do this, you know, we don't do it for
comedy can't be comedy anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I still give a fuck. I find some shit funny.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I find shit hilarious.
Absolutely hysterical.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, where did this come from? Because I knew you were thinking hard about it, but like the fact that you like had this much detail.
Yeah, that was really good.
I was like, yeah.
What would you do?
Yeah. Like the detail into it, I was like, this had to come from something. So.
If you understand, I'm already waiting on this. But yeah, guys, that's a new segment I'm for sure gonna do every week. It keeps us on our toes.
Yeah, that shit was funny. That shit was
going.
All right.
Oh man, what's next is pretty much, man. What are our goals that we're working on, and then our topics. This number 2 is gonna be working on it.
Yeah. So let me kind of explain. 'Cause I was the one that kind of came up with this approach. Mm-hmm. Just having the conversations I have with you guys individually about stuff. I feel like we're all in a place right now to where like we're really, really grinding. We're really focusing on what we have to take care of. I'm just trying to be better men, trying to kind of grow up in life. And so one of the things for myself, and I've talked a little bit about myself, but it's like, where's like a good healthy balance of doing that, but not being overly ambitious and trying to do too much at a time? Because I feel like there's been times where like I love being on my grind, But then when I'm over the ambition, try to take too much out of time, it takes away from what I'm actually supposed to be doing, my responsibilities. So
that's what you're going through right now?
a little bit,
a
little bit like myself. More so, like I'll say the past week or so, I've kind of regarded myself, and that's why I want to have this conversation with you guys because I feel like are you good? Yeah.
That one got my ass.
Shiloh out here with the plug.
I miss my plug, and that's why I miss it. Cause
Yeah, you got
motherfucker hits.
You got some boo boo.
No, I don't got boo boo. It's just the batteries on these just hit.
Yeah.
But no, my shit's all organic, fuzzy Dunlop.
Fuzzy Dunlop from our last pod.
But to circle back to that, you were saying that you wanted to discuss.
Yeah, just because like I said, the conversation that I've had with Shiloh, when talking with you, and then obviously talking with you, like I feel like we're all in a good place. Like you're back in school, you're trying to grow and get better in your field.
Mm-hmm.
Shiloh, I know you're trying to make money moves. You're getting ready to kind of take on more responsibility in your profession. And so I kind of look at it and I'm just like, where do you guys feel like the ambition, like where like ambition is good, but then like you also gotta stay, I don't want to stay in your lane, but stay on that right path so that you're not going all over the place.
I can touch on that. So for myself, I have a few goals. One of my first goals is, of course, is to buy my gun. I've been talking to a lot of people about that already. Gun, getting a newer car. That's also huge for me. So for me, along with my career, I shoot to aim for these different goals and then to kind of grow with that. But the problem that I seem to have is I'm a very ambitious man.
Yeah.
No matter in what I do at work or anything else. And sometimes because I know I can do something, I want more. And to reach these certain goals, so like I said, like for a new gun, for a car, I gotta go harder. So I put in more goals to achieve, and what tends to happen is that sometimes I may stunt my own growth.
Yeah.
Because I do so much at a time that mentally I wear out, or physically I do this, or I even like I don't do these certain goals at 100%. Mm-hmm. So I may complete a goal, but did I complete it to the best of my abilities or for what it's worth and at what cost?
Yeah.
So that is what I had to balance out now, is the fact that I had to push off some of these things, a newer car, a newer gun even, to handle these short-term goals that will ultimately get me to where I want to be in life. So for example, it's like school. I'm doing summer school right now, along with the working and everything else. I could have easily not done summer school. Summer school has taken a lot of my time that I could have been putting forth overtime, and other factors. But there's a bigger goal at hand, and I gotta knock this out, even if it's in middle school things. And also, it takes back on my money, which pushes back these bigger goals. So having that balance for myself and kind of learning that's kind of helped me because I'm so dang ambitious, I can stop myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with a couple of things there. For myself, how you said like you kind of have these goals and like that you label out first. I've learned about myself is I try to do three things. I think three goals, like major goals to work on, tend to be where I am the most productive, where I'm the most efficient. If I try to do like 5 or 6 things at a time, like you said, they don't come out to the best of the ability. They're half-assed. They're not what I want them to be. They're done, but I definitely could have spent a little bit more time and energy to do them better. So I found 3 being the ideal thing for me to do. So one is also always going to be training, making sure I'm being the best trainer I can, making sure that I'm growing and evolving as the environment, as times change. So that's always number one for me as far as just being a better trainer, growing and developing my business, and adjusting, adapting. The second thing now that I've been working on is podcast. And so in the past couple of months, I've really put a lot more effort into it because when we first did it, we would kind of do it like half-assed, to where like we would do it and then we wouldn't do it and then we would do it. It was kind of like really random and not really structured. And it was fun because we were learning and growing for it, but it was just like, I'm not going to see growth by taking my foot off the gas and then putting it back and off and on. So making this a priority and saying like, hey, no, we're going to have this structure, we're going to have the schedule in place to do it more often. And I want to grow this because this is something I really wanted. This is something I've wanted since I was back at Cal State in 2019, was to do a podcast. So being able to put my time and energy into that, focus on that, has been big. And then my third thing is overall just becoming more financially literate, more financially higher financial IQ, and just learning to be able to manage money more. The big struggle and the big challenge I've probably gone through this year is I know how to make money now. And it's a blessing in a sense because I know how to make money, but it's also a curse because my expenses, the money I tend to have, goes a lot quicker now than it was when I was more on a fixed income when I was making less money. And so now, for me, it's like, okay, especially with this economy, especially with inflation and everything like that, it's a big adjustment learning like, okay, I need to be better prepared to understand because I can't just do what I was doing last year, or I can't spend the same habits I had last year because things are different now. And so that's been my number three thing is be more financially responsible, becoming smarter and that things because it's an evolving thing. And that's one thing where I feel like in my life when my financials are a lot more stable, I tend to be a lot more efficient, a lot more productive, and a lot more ambitious. I don't have to stress about, okay, well I have to pay this or I have to pay that. And that's one goal I'm having is focusing on just developing that IQ, bringing more stability, making it more easy for me to operate and not have to worry about like, oh, like, well, this is going to cost me this much now, or this is going up, so I have to get ready for that. It's more about just having a system, being a little bit more financially smart about things. So I look at those things, and like that's why, like I said, I wanted to do a clothing line. I wanted to. I am doing school, like in a sense. I actually got a really good deal on some certifications, and I want to get them just because I go on LinkedIn, and there's a lot of opportunities out there, but they require certain certifications or they require certain things to have. So it's like if I have these, all it's doing is adding to my report and being able to, in the future, if I want to go work for somewhere or I want to take a position, I at least make myself eligible for that position. So I've been doing school, but it's more about at your own pace. So it's not like I have dedicated hours to where like I have to be fully committed to it. It's like I can do all these things within my own time frame, which is nice. But I wanted to do schooling for a long time, the clothing line, like I said, not that I'm completely stopping on these things. It's just they're more on the, I don't want to say back burner, but they're more on the side to where I can pick at them at a time and not expect an immediate result. To where there's some things where like I was doing 5 or 6 things at a time and I wanted immediate results from them, but it's like I can't expect that immediate result because I'm only putting 20% here, 10% here, 30% here. So that's how I'm trying to look at things right now is being able to control it and not be overly ambitious. Like I know it feels like we're getting old, but we're only like 26, 25. And there's still a lot of time to do a lot of things, so that's what I look at. So I'll let you chime in, Matt. You look like you're ready to talk.
I'm really absorbing everything you're saying because it's honestly really crazy how in sync you and I are with what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
In the same, maybe not necessarily in the same order, but with what you just described was exactly what I was just going over in my head.
Okay.
Like these past couple of days because it really has been a very interesting ride and opportunity to like just constantly learn from because it doesn't stop, but you have to learn really how to balance and manage everything. Like it's like because I've externalized myself with so many different things as well for like sources of income, and so like I was trying to do like 10 things and I had to go, okay, let me pick 3.
Yeah.
Let me pick 3, and then I was okay, let me pick 4. Like I was like, I want another one, like because like I want so much and I know I can do it, but I have to fucking like keep regrounding myself because I'm like so want like I'm going after it, and then I burn out, and then I'm in a screaming match because I'm fucking I'm exhausted, and then someone rubs me the wrong fucking way, and so I have to notice these things because like I know like what we're doing is we're trying to help people. We're trying to like help people, and how are we going to truly help people if we're not like really taking care of ourselves? So it's like it's a pretty interesting thing that like the balance is really crucial. And so everything you just described, pretty much everything I was going through.
Okay.
I was just kind of like adding onto it.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much what I've been doing. Yeah, I've been going. I'm in full-time school. You know, that's in the morning to afternoon, and then I work at night, Monday through Friday, and then I'll take clients on weekends. Because if I right now I don't clock in. I'm just me. Like I make my own money, so I have to, I will take work on weekends. I'm essentially doing something 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And so, it's very interesting with how I'm like I wanted this, and sometimes you get into it, and then you're just like, fuck, dude, like what did I do to myself? And it's just like, okay, like you gotta handle it now. You gotta step up. Like it's responsibility, accountability, and it goes in every which way. And one of mine that I was lacking in, like you said, I know how to make money now, but now I'm not making any gain in like this area right here, which is I've been lagging on. Now I'm wondering why I feel like this. And so it's like I gotta know how to make money, but also tend to myself. Mm-hmm. So it's not that I can't make money, it's just I gotta do something else on the outside, like when I'm not doing something, maybe get off my phone more and go fucking breathe, because I'm just on the go all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So I gotta take extra time to not try and escape, but down regulate.
Yeah.
Because if I escape all the time, then I'm not handling shit. I'm not really dealing with things. So it's like, instead of going and just looking at my phone, maybe I can go and get away from everything and just sit there and fucking breathe. That right there will help my nervous system. That right there will calm me down, as opposed to just sitting here and just thinking I'm relaxing. Those are things that I've noticed that I gotta start doing, because those little things matter now. Because if I don't do those little things, I could do all these great things out here making money, but those little things matter now, because then that's what ruins my relationship with somebody, because I can't fucking connect because I'm exhausted, because I didn't take the time to fucking down-regulate myself. Now I'm ruining a relationship, or now I'm not ruining it, but say compromising a relationship. Not my relationship with my girlfriend or anything like that, but I'm talking about just relationship with my mom, or a relationship with my friends, because I'm not really trying to reach out or whatever, when I could, and just being so hyper focused on me rather than my whole team.
Yeah.
And so it's yeah, that's pretty much I'm just adding on it.
No, and then the one thing you said too, and I'm gonna use my own example, is how you kind of have to do your own inner work. And it's funny you say the whole breathing thing and trying to get away. For probably good 2 or 3 months, I want to say from March through April, May, I was really, really low energy, really just tired all the time. And I was realizing, I was what am I doing that's different? And I really had to sit here and think about it, and it took me forever. And then it wasn't finally until one of my own clients actually said this, and they were like, oh yeah, I like to go outside and walk my dog at night, because I'm usually inside all day and I don't really get sun that much, and you need sun, you need vitamin D.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about that, and I was like, shit, I'm indoors for a good 10, 12 hours a day. I hardly go outside. And I'm and then by the time I go outside or I get home, and I get the sun's already gone. So I'm probably not getting enough sunlight because I'm here all the time and I'm inside.
And that messes with your circadian rhythm.
Yeah.
It's not just the vitamin D or the hormone D. It's it's your circadian rhythm, and it's other hormones that need to be produced from the stimulation from the certain spectrums of light.
Yeah.
So the spectrums of light change throughout the day. So if we're inside all day and we're not experiencing that on our skin and our eyeballs, then our biological clocks are off.
Yeah.
It stresses the body out. It burns the body out. You don't get as good of sleep. It's just.
Isn't that why some people that stay inside all day, they'll be able to stay up really, really late because their body doesn't know that.
Yeah. Well, the light that their eyes are perceiving, that it's making connection with, is telling the brain that it's daytime.
Yeah.
Get up. It's noon. It's essentially telling you let's go. It's we're supposed to be doing something right now. And as opposed to like if you were to go with like the reds, the ambers, the yellows at nighttime, because that's what's in the spectrum. That's the spectrums that's in the atmosphere when the sun goes down. And so blue lights, LEDs and stuff like that, those are all like blue spectrum, and that's going to be in the afternoon, the noon. And so it's like the eyeballs are connected to the brain, and the brain sends out responses to the body. And so if you're perceiving a sun at at 8 p.m., you're not producing the right hormones, so you're not really truly getting like you're not getting into a restful state.
Yeah.
You could be very well exhausted and then go to sleep still, but even then, you're like when we sleep,
Efficient sleep. Yeah.
There's difference in efficiency in sleep.
Yeah.
And so that's why people, I could sleep 8 hours, I just never wake up feeling like I have energy. Well, a lot of it is because the type of light that you're digesting throughout the day, because it's all connected. It's one unit. It's not like, oh, our eyeballs are just seeing things. No, they perceive certain spectrums of light and tell you, and then talk to the brain, and it releases certain hormones based off of that. So it's like, and they help you with movement. They don't just see things. So it's like you have to understand that the body's integrated. Everything works together. And so that's one thing people can change is it looks funky, but you can get really good red blue blockers. They're like red tinted glasses that'll help your eyeballs at nighttime not have that blue light penetrate, and then that will allow your body to produce the right hormones and get better sleep. And then there's breathing. When we mouth breathe at nighttime, a lot of the people snoring and stuff like that. Mouth breathing is connected to the sympathetic nervous system, and the sympathetic nervous system is your fight or flight, so it's a very stressful state. So if you're constantly mouth breathing throughout the night, you're more in a stressful state of sleeping. But if you're breathing through your nose, that stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest. So there's a difference between mouth and nasal breathing. And so that's another thing that people can do is change your breathing, which is like, it sounds funky again, but mouth taping re-educates the body because we breathe
So you said mouth taping?
Yeah.
How would you describe it?
There's companies that you can go and look at. I don't know their names, but you can just get mouth tape, and you're just taping your mouth at night. And what it does, because you breathe so many times throughout the day, I think it's like, I want to say around 26,000 times.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I don't.
Not concrete answer, but okay, yeah.
I could be around 20, but anyway, so imagine how many times you're breathing throughout the day. It also matters when you're breathing and when you're sleeping. And so if you're mouth breathing all day, like how we normally do, and then we go to bed and then we're snoring, how we normally do, then we're never truly resting in a lot of ways. And so we're always just in this stress state.
Yeah.
So if we help the eyeballs with the glasses, and then mouth tape at night, those two things right there can dramatically increase your sleep. And sleep is
energy levels, your productivity.
Yeah. And I have the glasses, but I don't have the mouth tape, which I do feel like I need to, because I have a deviated septum, and so I'm gonna have to get nasal strips too, so I'm gonna look like a fucking weirdo.
Fuck, when you sleep, you're just
yeah.
like, what the fuck's happening to that guy? So, he's getting the best of it in his life.
Yeah, dude.
Doesn't look like it.
Essentially what you're doing in the mouth tape, because if you're breathing so many times throughout the night, you're re-educating the brain on what it feels like to breathe with your nose. And there's a difference too. You gotta learn how to use your diaphragm. Diaphragm breathing and stuff like that. Not just belly breathing, but filling the body like a barrel, breathing into your back. And so that's where good stretching comes in to allow your ribs to move more freely, things like that. So breathing is huge. Light perception is huge. And so those are two main things that you can dramatically increase your sleep efficiency.
All right, nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
Nice. I feel like we ended with a pretty good educational.
I got educated.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you see me or Charlotte with mouth tape and nasal strips, don't bug us.
You might have to shave those, John, unless they make
never mind.
Unless the company has made something to where you might just connect it right here. I don't know. But
we did nasal strips. So.
Something.
Yeah.
But
All right, cool. So I think moving on. This is another ShiSmooth. You've been coming up with a lot of little segments lately.
Yes, sir. this.
I like it. I like it.
Oh yeah, this one. This was gonna be She's a 10, but.
Oh, so there's the trend, right? You got that from the trend's been going around, right?
Yeah.
I've been seeing them on TikTok.
I saw it on Instagram one time. I ended up posting it, and I didn't know it was a trend.
Yeah.
So I just started seeing like the whole reels and all everybody else. So I was like, oh, this is a trend. I was like, hey, screw it. I'm not with the trends. I'm not with any of all that. But this was fun.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be fun. So, Shala, who do you want to go first? You want to go first? You want me to go first? You want Matt to go first?
Oh yeah, no, we're for sure having you jump.
So I'm gonna bring the.
You were the most anticipated.
I'm excited about this one because I don't want to say controversial because it's not controversial, but people might take it this way.
There we go.
So, she's a 10, but she hates masculinity. That's
a good one.
Yeah, there's so many girls
That's
that
a
are
good one.
beautiful. Yeah, that are beautiful, but like they hate men. Like they hate like men that want to like be men, like go out, work out, go out, like drink, go watch sports, like just hang out, be a guy, like go hunt. Like they just hate that shit. Like, and I don't know if it's because like of just how the media like portray like the Kardashians now, like they're like with like Travis Barker.
I know absolutely nothing about this.
Yeah, but yeah, like Pete Davidson, like these skinnier, like.
Well, I do know those two things because it's like you can't, if you have an Instagram, you know about them.
Yeah, but like they're like more lighthearted. They're not really like guys that are like going out like doing like playing sports, like going out working out, like going and doing like they're more laid back. Which, like I said, there's nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong with, but like if your type is your type, but it's like, dude, like you know how many girls.
You said Travis Barker's laid back?
No.
Oh.
No, I said like they're like more just like laid back guys, like they're just like chilling, like doing their thing, like not like trying to like go like freaking play sports, go shooting, go like do like stuff that you would consider like masculine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so yeah, no, like there's been so many girls I've come across that are just like, nah, like I'm not attracted to you, like you're like too like the word toxic masculinity, I guess. They're like, yeah. So
No, I got you.
So yeah, I feel like that's something that it's been rough, but it is what it is. Like
That's cool. It's just like a.
it's subjective.
culture.
Yeah,
a
it's very
culture thing.
subjective. But yeah, that's one of the ones that I'm just like, man, like.
I like that, but mine's simple. Look, if she's a 10, but she doesn't like the masculine or toxic masculine, I'm not messing with you.
Yeah.
Then. It's as simple as that.
I like we all have what like we like.
If those, I mean, some women that I've come across that have that mentality has been tied to them. They want men that they can control more.
No, that was a big thing. Yeah.
That's kind of.
And I'm stubborn. So like that's where like I feel like I clash a lot is like if a girl tries to tell me to do something or tell me to do something that I absolutely don't want to do, I'm not gonna do it. So like I'll be like no, I'll argue it.
But there's men because we've seen it just because of who she is or just because this is the most beautiful girl that's ever talked to me before and she wants to mess with me. All I have to do is literally do everything she tells me to do. Go to work, come home, not do. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
So then men will give up their masculinity for what they
So
want.
maybe that's what it is.
Huh?
I'm not an easily controllable person.
Oh.
Well, I know.
Matt knows this. Matt knows.
John doesn't want to do it. John's not doing it. It's like you're trying to you put a rope around a pole, and you're trying to uproot this fucking like pole, and it's just like the pole's not fucking going nowhere. Like, and you're just like, come on, John. What the fuck, bro? Like, no, he's like, nah, I'm good. But no, I would say that's pretty on point.
Yeah,
or what you said she's a 10 but she hates math. I think it's on point with it's more like common now. It's just, but it's also like I feel like a lot of men don't really like and me included, like it's like it's learning how to do that the right way, and like that's something that I've really been working on too, is like because I know that like in a lot of ways I'm like I'm like, you know, this is like how like a man should be or more masculine, and then I'm like, but like there's little tweaks here and there that I can make because it's actually a little bit more effeminate, like with how I handle it. like with my intention or what I'm doing is like, so it's like, effeminate meaning like, you know, I'm a little bit more emotional than I should be, or like, you know, or it's like, you know, or something along those lines. But like, I can't give like a specific example, but it's like learning how to actually have that like that masculinity, but in a healthy fashion. I'm not saying toxic, but like, you know, like just really honing in on it the right way. And I feel like it's just a huge learning experience for both men and then women, knowing what that is or what that feels like, because a lot of times it's like they think they like that control, but in the end it's like they don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
it's only because of how they've experienced life.
Yeah.
And the type of men like that are like have like been, you know, flighty or like not direct or just like, you know, not and like very insecure and like, you know, like that's what they've been given. Mm-hmm. And so it's a culture of both ways that we both have to kind of like bring ourselves out of it, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like
I'll use an
there's
example.
people like us that are trying. And so like I feel like that's good. But I just feel like there's still a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yeah, I'll use an example that I've had for myself, and like the one thing is like I'm not a controlling person. Like I don't feel like I don't have to have an ego to where like, oh, everything I say is like the way it is or anything like that. I use a combination of logic and emotion. Okay, logically this is how it is. Now let's look on the emotional side of it. This is how they probably feel. This is how it is from their perspective. So let me come up with a solution that can work where I'm not doing something that I know isn't going to work, or I know that I'm not going to enjoy, or I'm not going to do, but allow this person to understand that and know that they still have that free choice, they have that free will, but this is how I'm going to feel about it, and either I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. And I feel like where that is, I don't want to say a deal breaker, but like this is where I tend to struggle with is in the field that I'm in and what I work. Like I said, being very ambitious. There's a lot of things I want to do. I don't want to play safe. Like a lot of stuff I do, it's like very like it can work, it cannot work out. I'm willing to take that risk. So and vice versa. Like there are some men that don't like their girls to go out and try to be ambitious, to go try and do stuff on their own, make things on their own. I'm all for it. I'm like, if you want to do something, you feel very passionate about it, like you have a drive for it, like go for it. Like you have that drive, go for it. Like we just gotta work together to make sure that our relationship works, whatever situation works, that we're not trying to pull too much or do too much that's gonna compromise it. And that's always kind of been like the issue I feel like is for me is like I'm always ambitious, I'm always trying to do stuff. And sometimes I feel like that could be the wrong way about it, but that's just in my mindset. It's like I like to take on a lot of stuff. To where women like they just want someone that's gonna play it safe, that like will be like, go work a 9 to 5. We'll go and mow the lawn and hang out with the kids for the weekend. Not want to do anything. It's like no, like I want to travel. I want to be able to go on this party. Like I want to be able to go do all these things, and still have life, like still have a family, be able to do all these things, and find that right blend. And that's where my masculine approach of like, no, I'm gonna make shit happen. Like I'm gonna make this shit happen. Like I'm gonna work and I'm gonna figure it out. And so some girls just don't like it. Mm-hmm. They don't like it. So you get it.
I get that.
All right. Well,
that was pretty extensive, but
yeah,
that's good. I'm gonna keep mine short and sweet so we can knock this portion out for me.
No, we're doing pretty good on time, Charlotte.
She's a 10, but see,
oh shit, we're still on that right now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. I know what yours is, and yours. I feel like you're kind of piggyback off mine a little bit though too.
Yeah, no, I'm not really gonna truly elaborate. I thought we were just gonna like hit him with a little like.
No, I feel like if you do the one I think it kind of elaborates mine a little bit.
Yeah.
Since we're on this topic, this little the mental and emotional. So she's a 10, but she's emotionally immature.
That's so. What do you mean by that?
So I'll go into it. So when you're emotionally immature, under certain situations and everything else, you're gonna react towards your emotions instead of the proper ways. So for example, you have an argument with your girl and you go explain something, it turns out, you know what I'm saying, whatever the circumstance was, it wasn't as what she thought or anything else like that, and instead of, you know, kind of handling that situation properly. Now, of course, some women have, you know, the, you know, attitude depending on it, but overall, it's just the maturation with your emotions. When something's coming at her, she can't control herself. She can't control her anger. She can't control, like I said, the pressure of a certain circumstance, so she'll fold or whatever. It's emotionally immature, meaning that you just don't know, you haven't grown up yet in that sense. I'm emotionally, in some parts, still immature in some facets of my life. You know, like I said, with a relationship or whatever, I have to be more mature in that situation. I have to be in a relationship more to understand this person's emotions and feelings and mine as well under certain circumstances when you're in a relationship. So when you're dealing with a woman that's emotionally immature, you know, when the road gets tough, she doesn't know how to overcome it because she lets her emotions get the best of her.
Okay.
An emotionally driven person that hasn't popped that fence yet.
Okay. No, that makes it a little more clear. Cause I just look at it almost like if a girl's younger, like if a girl's like in her 20 or like early like 20, 21, yeah, it's gonna be tough for her to be emotionally mature because she doesn't have experience.
Damn. See, I didn't know these were gonna be like deep talks on these.
It doesn't have to be deep talk, but like I'm just thinking. I'm looking at
it.
it.
See, I just came up with a funny one.
See, you change it up. I just, you know what I'm saying, brother? I was like, damn, like.
So I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, Charles.
Let's go pretty
yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Dude, I'm high as fuck right now, right?
You look like it, honestly. You're looking like you got the Randy in you with the introduction side.
I'm very calm, very zen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Yeah, no, you know what, I get what you're saying because it's just emotional maturity is hard to come by. So yeah, you gotta stay away from those them crazies, those unstable crazies.
I'm just not in the what is it? I can handle you know past traumas to where you know you have some things that you know you'll get over, like you'll either get over or just one things that will stick with a woman. I get that. But that phase of where you're talking about, whether she's younger or I met women in their 30s, bro, I'm trying to talk to you that still haven't mastered that because men have always coddled to their needs, or men have always done what they've said, so when they don't get their way or when certain situations come about, they run or they do certain things that I'm not there for right now.
Yeah.
If I'm going to talk to a woman right now, if I'm going to do some of these things, I don't want to go through that emotional journey, that emotional maturity that you don't want to face.
I see what you're saying. I got you.
I want a woman already kind of, you know what I'm saying, to where you know your faults.
I got you. Okay.
All right, Shiloh, but this is raw. I'm gonna clap back with you with that.
There you go.
She's a 10. Okay, so she's a 10, and you feel like this girl does it for you. If you're not willing to go through that work to help her grow, become a better person, and grow up emotionally.
Not be a Captain Singapore.
Yeah, but like help her. Like, if you really like a chick, and you're like, I know she has some issues to work on, but you can help her and show her better.
Yes.
Cause I'm gonna be here and be like, Shiloh's a 10, but he don't want to he's lazy. He don't want to put in the work.
Damn.
That could be something someone could say.
Yeah.
But it's a lie.
It's a lie. That's a lie.
So I ain't gotta worry about that one.
All right. I'm gonna close myself off for this tense energy.
She was like,
I'm just kidding.
It's Matt.
The Homer Simpson meme, he's going to this year.
Yep.
Yeah,
no, but I guess I agree to a certain extent, but I think if she's a 10, that girl really does it for you. And that's the one thing where like you just feel like she is emotionally mature. Like it's up to you. It's up to you what how much you can tolerate. But shit, if you're up for the challenge and you want to help her.
Like I said, there's a difference between helping somebody and then drowning with somebody.
Yeah.
You feel me? There's that certain line.
Person that doesn't want to actually be proactive on their issues.
Yeah. Yes.
They're sitting in their victimhood.
They're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're sitting in their victimhood and they're not choosing to get out.
None of that.
Okay, I understand that.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Shoot.
She's a 10, but she blames all of her issues on her birth chart.
Her birth chart. So we're talking astrology.
Yeah, astrology.
We're talking astrology.
Yeah.
This is my favorite kind of people.
Oh my god.
I love these women. You know what's funny? Is you know why I love these women? It's because I can go to them and talk to them and I'll learn so much about myself.
Yeah.
Because they know so much about me and I'm like, oh shit, you're right about that.
Yeah. No, and like there are some crazy
Correlations?
Correlations. There like, patterns, things like that. But it's just like, what mine was pertaining to was like, when they go and find out, like, they go and look at their shit and there's like, that's why this is happening.
Yeah.
That's literally why this is happening. And then they'll find something else. That's why I'm like that. That's why this is happening. Like, and then like they just start getting in that, like, and then they're just like, well, this is fucking Mercury's in Cancer right now, so I'm gonna, I'm fucking emotional as fuck. And like, or maybe you just didn't get sleep last night.
That's
yeah.
Man.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, energies are real.
Yeah.
Energy is real. Energy is real.
Yeah.
Yes.
Planets, astrology's been around forever. It's a real science.
Yes.
There is real things that happen with astrology, but the thing is, there's also, you're not just overly emotional because that shit's in Cancer.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. So going back to what I said.
If you're more grounded, then that shit shouldn't affect you that much. And if you do know it's in that, then you should be aware and be more grounded. You should try and ground yourself more.
Yeah.
Like, don't let that thing, be the reason why you stay in it.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like people go wrong in that type of fucking community, because
it's kind of like going down the rabbit hole in the sense too much making every life decision based off of one thing is never a smart way.
It can be a cool tool.
Yeah.
It can be a cool tool or like a cool thing to look into and figure things out. About yourself, this and that.
I hate to use the word, but being in the cult. If you're just blindly following, listening to this thing, and making all your life decisions based off of it, and not questioning, hey, maybe it's something I did.
Yeah.
Then I think that's an issue. Maybe the choice I made. So it's very, I don't know. I hate to say the word cult-like, but it's very tribal and loyalty based. Blindness loyalty to it.
Yeah.
And
because there's so many different forms of astrology too.
Yeah.
There's Chinese. There's the Indian astrology. I think it's called sidereal or something like that. There's a gang of different kinds.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because they all have similar concepts, but it's just it all comes down to archetypes and the types of energies that those archetypes resemble.
Yeah.
And so it's like religions kind of taking from other religions and just putting a different twist on it. It's
they want you to follow.
You're praising whatever God you praise, but it's still in the sense the same type of archetype of God.
So this is wrong.
Not going too far into that, but I'm just saying astrology has been around forever. People literally used to look at stars and planets and fucking chart shit and things like that because they used to be way more in tune with the Earth and the universe. Because there's times are different.
Not so much interference.
They're look the pyramids, dog. Those people back in the fucking day had shit going on.
Yeah.
And we as humans have a lot more capabilities than I feel like people put out to be. Into esoteric type abilities. And so back in that day, those motherfuckers were different. Energetically, they set up pyramids to be in line with fucking energetic cultivation shit with I forget exactly how to word it, but pyramids are energy cultivators, and the way they're set up and the way that what they're in alignment with, that's why they used to do certain things in there and shit like that.
That's probably what X-Men got that from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember knowing X-Men they have the pyramids set up a certain way.
Yeah.
And there's only one way you can get apocalypse to come. So.
Dude, it's
and not the shit. Not because I'm ridiculous shit like that, but that's probably where they got it from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's my thing to answer it. She's a 10, but she blames everything on her astrology. With me, I can't be with a woman like that.
I respect it. I respect
Why?
the child. No, I feel you.
This is what it is.
I feel you.
No, I get you.
What you then have done, you've replaced that with personal accountability, which means that that's essentially what they're doing. I'm like this because of this, because of my tribe.
And I feel like a lot of ways that can manifest those things in your life. Like,
because
you see what I'm saying?
Because the mental, this is in retrograde, this is what happens during this or whatever.
He knows.
So therefore,
I can't be with a girl like that.
I
will listen.
I had my time period.
No, I did too.
Because you helped me out. You're the one that put me onto that. I went in and I was like, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's fine to learn and understand that. But therefore, that's why when I've spoken to women and met women that have done that, that's why I've come to this conclusion, point blank and simple, is because I despise those conversations where it's like, why are you like this? Why did you do that? We discussed this, but yet you're thinking this other way. Oh, it's because this is happening right now. Did you know these energies have shifted to where people with my sign? And I'm like, no. You wanted to go out with your friends and go do all that stupid shit because you chose to do it. You wanted to stay inside.
Damn, she chose going out on astrology?
Man.
Did I hear
What
that?
kind of astrological shit is that?
Quite a lot of it, bro.
The stars of our life video get fucked up tonight.
Oh yeah, bitch. This fucking planet's here.
The stars say, time to drop this ass load.
I had another girl, literally, I really don't know why, we're talking happy-go-lucky, some shit fucking came, she became sad girl. All of a sudden, I'm happy talking, no, I just want to stay home, like, I'm not feeling, my energy's low, like, this is not really what do you mean your energy's low? We just hit Six Flags 2 days ago, Tree, you turning up, like, we've been and then it's like, I can't deal with that shift. I need you to be you 100% of the time. And that's what I feel like those things have done. But that's a lot of things in our society. We use certain things to replace personal accountability.
Like
in every way. Because why? Humans nowadays and the future generations, why are we getting into virtual reality and everything to kind of branch off real quick? Everybody wants to get away from their realities, their personal problems or whatever. So how do you do that? You choose things that's the easiest.
There's a movie on that. It's where like the whole world's fucked up. It's like Ready Player One. And that's like when the world's so fucked up that it's way better to go to the video game.
Some Black Mirror shit.
It is, bro. It's like the world's like all fucked up. So this kid like lives in the fucking like little shack. It's all fucked up. But then then he goes into his game, bro, and like everything's fucking like sick. Like
He's in a little shack.
yeah.
If I ever make one of those, I don't care if I'm 60 years old.
So if you're
Child gonna be the strip club. Child gonna be the strip club. Back in my day.
I'm all shrunken and shit.
it's got osteoporosis.
His fourth knee replacement.
His leg is permanently like this.
Going back, his 5% legs.
At this point, bro, if I'm in my 60s or 70s, they're like,
Damn, that's still young, fool.
Yes, dog. So if
You shouldn't be like that at 60 or 70.
I know, so that's why I'm saying.
We'll have the NFL fucking player body in there.
And this is
Why does it
just
sound like that?
on some real, like on some real shit. 60s or 70s or whatever. If the technology to where like my legs are fucked up, God forbid, whatever, you know, my arms, cut the bitches off.
Well, you get
This
this
is
bone
my
off your
voice.
damn leg, and that won't fuck your legs up then.
Yeah, true.
That's literally
I'm gonna
radiation.
see in 40 years, 40, 50 years, if we can get them good boys, like them good robot boys. You feel me? Like
So you want
some
to
maybe
be,
more legs.
you want to be Jax.
Pretty much, bro. 60s
From Mortal Kombat.
60s or 70s, maybe. Oh, bro.
That's his name, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking of something because I have this video with Shiloh. I'll tell you guys after, but yeah, the fact that you said more Kombat. I took this video of Shiloh because have you ever played Def Jam?
Yeah, I think
So like it was like like all the hip hop artists
fighting.
Yeah,
The fighting game.
Fighting
Yes.
game, yeah. So this fool came in one day with a cut-off hoodie with his hood on and shit, like fully blacked out. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? You look like a fucking Def Jam character coming in right now. Yeah. So this fool was like, I have my camera. I was like, hey, let me get a video of you. like pick your fighter, like you know when you're picking your fighter,
Yeah.
and they like do a little scene. And I was like, let me get a little one of you. And I was on my camera. And I actually saw that shit. And I was like, I gotta do something with this.
Dude, have you?
No, not yet. I'm gonna do it.
Today.
I might have some time. I might have some time.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So actually, I'm gonna circle back to Matt's. She's a 10.
Oh gosh.
But yeah. So my own personal experience is, if she's a 10, but me going out and eating, me going out and doing anything is gonna be decided by the fucking stars. I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool. My own personal experience, bro. Like this is back when I was at Cal State. This girl would not go to the fucking library because the sun was pointing at like in a certain direction, and she was like, "Oh, that's bad. Like, I mean, something bad's gonna happen." I was like, "What?" She's like, "I could go study somewhere else," and I'm like, in my head, just like, "Okay, sure." Like, I don't know how much I want to dive into this. And
So she, because the sun was in a certain sign.
it was something like that where she's like, oh, like the sun's like positioned this way,
Yeah.
and my like horoscope said that I don't know if it would stay out of sunlight or stay out of like I don't know some
Yeah.
shit. I just remember I was just like, what the fuck, like this is why we're not doing this.
Oh man, that was it, Joe.
Yeah, so yeah, she's a 10, but she's all into that astrology shit, and that's how she lives her life.
It's a person.
I'll say this: I'll mess with her, but not dating.
I like seeing as horoscopes as more of like trying to see if there's a message that you just need to hear. Like it's not even like
Look at a fucking fortune cookie.
that's the same thing. Like that's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. It's less complex.
no, like, well, I mean then you have to go buy a meal. I'm just saying like if you like say like you had like if like you say like you come across your horoscope for the day like on like an account or something,
Yeah.
and then you read it and you're just like huh.
I-
It makes me just think about something, and I just keep going. Like it does. I don't sit there and like.
I'll manifest my own horoscope. How about that?
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Like I'm not saying like you know how people like they'll go and be like they're gonna go check their horoscope religiously.
Yeah.
I'm saying like if I come across one, I'm not gonna like look at it and be like that's just fucking stupid.
No, I guess
like
I
I'll
would.
actually read it and I'll be like
I guess I do that, but not in a horoscope mode. But like I'll like try to like read something or like a phrase like every day that kind of reaffirms like where I want to go in my life. So I guess
that's different.
I guess I'm horoscoping in my own little way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, Shiloh. I think we have a factor or cap, right?
Oh fuck! I didn't.
It is gonna be to end the whole discussion. It is Matt's fact or cap of the day.
I feel like I'm back in high school. I just waited till the last second
Did you?
to do the assignment.
So let me ask you this, because we could go about two ways of this. Is we could do factor cap, or we can do the Randy moment of the week.
Oh, random moment of the week.
Yeah.
What's on your heart?
So let me give a little background on the Randy moment of the week.
Yeah.
So for anyone, if you ever watched South Park, the dad's named Randy Marsh, and he's a pretty interesting character. He's very much like you would describe as like a Karen type character, like just like very like just does, this very just does shit with, like without thinking about the consequences. Like doesn't think things through. Like this does shit that does shit because the people are doing it, or because like he thinks people will be liked, or he wants to like he just wants to bullshit. So this little segment, the Randy Move of the Week, is just for whatever memory or whatever or collection we have of Randy during the week. So Matt, do you have any Randy Moves of the week? Oh. actually one.
Shoot yours and then
I might have Randy moment of the week. So, it's actually myself. So it was Wednesday. So I had a 5 a.m. client, and for whatever reason, I always wake up at the same time. Like I usually don't wake up with my alarm. Like I usually wake up before my alarm, so my alarm kind of like reminds me like, hey, get up.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, every Wednesday, I didn't wake up. So I get up at 5:30. My client's calling me, and she's like, "Hey, where are you?" I was like, she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, my bad." I was like, "Yeah, I think I slept through my alarm." And I was like, "Yeah, so we could just reschedule it and be fine." And I was like, "What the fuck happened?" And I looked, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't think I set my alarms." And I looked at my alarm preset, and I was like, "The fuck happened?" I was like, I just sleep through the fucking like time. And so then it worked out because I was like, alright, I'll just reschedule you.
Yeah.
But it was just like I woke up and like immediately I was like, oh yeah, my alarm didn't go off.
You didn't set it?
No, I did.
Oh.
I said that. I was like, oh, my alarm must not have been set. Yeah, I just slept through it. Yeah. And I looked at my alarm first and I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
set for like 5? Was it set for PM?
No, because I haven't set every day. So I told you, like usually I wake up before my alarms go off every day. Like regardless, like I wake up at like 3:45. So like that's why I was just like, oh, my alarm must not have been up. But then I looked and my alarm dropped. I was like,
maybe the moon was in Gemini.
Heck, I wouldn't know. I didn't check that day.
You should have told me that.
It's all fucking sorry, moons and Gemini.
She's like, oh no way.
Shit. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I didn't. How did I not even think about that?
Yeah.
She's like, yes.
I bet you, like that would probably work with somebody. That would work with somebody.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I didn't come in today. Like the moon was in Gemini. Oh, you know what? I totally understand and get you. Fine. I hate when that happens.
Oh, girl, I get it.
So that was my random moment of the week.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You don't have any Randy moments from Randy himself?
I just don't. I don't know, man.
How about you give us like a flashback of Randy moment? It's nothing like recently, but like give us something from like a while ago.
Oh yeah.
I hate when my brain's like this, though. This goes clear.
No, I feel you. Like that's how I felt like on Factor Cap last time. I was like,
I wonder. I don't even know what that is because it's like what that happens like quite a bit with me sometimes.
that's why I wanted to make it to where like I did the outline so you guys could think about it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I fucked up and I didn't think about
No,
it.
it's
And and I showed up with nothing.
I showed up with nothing.
You showed up. That's all.
Let's say let's try and do factor cap.
Alright.
So 2 facts, 1 cap.
See, it's fucking hard.
Yeah, because I'm like,
Y'all are giving me shit about taking too long.
Yeah.
Like, that's just hard.
I know.
I'm just like, what do I even fucking think about?
See, my thing was like, it was hard to come up with the lies than it was the fucking truth. Cause like there were so many things that weren't like I could say that, but they were true, and I was like, fuck, like.
I think right now I'm just so high, I just start thinking about all my personal shit. Like that's why I'm like, I can't talk about that. That's too personal. Like, you know.
True.
I did not come to this podcast and not intoxicated.
Okay. I haven't drinking any alcohol in the last week. I have brushed my teeth every night in the last 2 weeks. And didn't do ketamine today.
See, like very specific, like Shalom was like, I have something any of my coworkers. Matt's over here like
Okay.
For your sake, I'm gonna say hopefully it's a ketamine one. That's cap. But if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna say the two truths are. Fuck, I hope you watched. No, you didn't say okay. I'm gonna say the truths are you haven't that you've brushed your teeth every day for 2 weeks and that you did ketamine today, and the cap is that you haven't drank for 2 weeks.
No, I said I didn't do ketamine today.
Oh, you didn't do ketamine?
Yeah.
So wait,
that was my cap.
That was your cap?
Yeah, I said I didn't do any ketamine today.
Oh,
You guys thought I said I did?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did.
Okay.
So
That's the truth.
Let me redo this, and it's safe, everybody.
Yeah, this is a safe place.
No, we were talking.
I'm
about
a smart man.
Hey, Charlie, you want to talk about day 3 to Coachella?
I do not speak on public affairs in the podcast in detail. I survived that day.
You did. Capture fact.
It was a microdose, everybody. No, but okay, let me try another one. Something light.
It's smooth over here, thinking too.
It's water
What? It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
So wait, hold on. So let's go back to your original. So the truth was that you.
I said I
drink-
didn't do. But
No. The
the
truth.
truths were I didn't drink alcohol last week, and
You brushed your teeth.
and I brushed my teeth every
And then
night for the
okay,
last 2 weeks.
so that's all.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was the 2 truths. Yeah, we can just go with that.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I was hoping, I'm pretty sure you brush your teeth every day.
Yeah, I was like.
And I was like-
I
I was like, I know he did the cave, but but I was hoping that would be like. So we were right then.
Oh wait. What day is today?
Saturday.
Well, last week on Saturday I drank, so fuck, that was a lie too.
Damn. So
It's
we're just
capping
cap.
all
We're just
over
cap.
the place.
There's no factor. It's just cap.
Yeah.
It's okay. We all have.
I like it. I'm
We
cool
have a
with that.
swindle too.
All right,
it was
so
it was the fights
Oh yeah.
and my cousin's graduation and his birthday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sensational.
Is he coming out to the Undertaker gong?
I got fairly drunk.
Fairly?
Yeah.
Slightly
I
intoxicated.
bought 2 bottles of Teremana tequila.
Oh, nice.
Gone like
That's how it goes, bro. That's a one thing is
That's
like.
how tequila goes.
Yeah, no, like you bring tequila to a function, bro. That's just gone like in 30 minutes.
yeah.
By me.
Yeah. Fuck no, Shad. You're not drinking a whole bottle of tequila to yourself. You're gonna be passing that bottle around, being like, hey,
Yeah,
take it, hey, get some light work. Well, light work.
Yeah, I'm actually more.
Hey, you ready for hard? Are you going to hard?
I think my ticket. I think my ticket.
Yeah, I'm going hard. Hard as
I know you're going hard, but are you ready for it?
Oh yeah, I'm ready, bro. You see that I'm actually getting in shape.
Yeah. No, I'm just talking about having fun.
Well,
I'm
that's-
not gonna be
that's
drinking
how I
like
feel.
that.
Oh wait, so when is hard?
Hard is
The end of this month.
in 3 weeks.
I was about to say, cause we have our draft too.
Yes.
Natch is gonna be nuts.
And that'll be a weekend after. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have hard summer. Then the weekend after is gonna be the draft. Alcohol.
I'm just gonna do a lot of shrooms. I'm gonna.
stay safe, my friends.
Yeah.
Gile, is that cap? Factor cap?
I plead the fifth on what it is.
I just telling you what it ain't.
episode. I think we'll wrap it up there.
Information with missing information is misinformation.
There you go. That's the motto.
Well, we're not.
I'm just saying it's misinformation.
All right, I gotta call fucking Biden's fucking Ministry of fucking Truth. What's it? What are those things from Harry Potter called that fucking fly around and get shit?
Oh,
The Dementor?
Yeah. Biden's gonna send to go get Shiloh.
Why is Biden sending Dementors?
Yeah. His Ministry of fucking Misinformation.
Oh.
His ass.
Don't read the prompter in full.
Shiloh, you're a nice brown boy. Sir, I'm black. Oh.
Maybe you're trying to sniff your baby sister.
God. That's up there.
That's up
That's up there.
Wait, do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Pull up that picture that I sent you last night on Instagram. That shit had me dead. I want you to read it. It's Biden.
It's Biden.
Yes, indeed.
Which picture? Or the video of Miss Katie?
No, the go down.
Oh, on Instagram?
Yeah, on Instagram, yeah.
Oh, I thought
Miss Kitty. She's Biden too.
Goats are like mushrooms because if you shoot a duck, I'm scared of toasters.
What?
Yeah.
Get in, loser. We're taking America back. 2024. Oh, that's just a different shirt. I identify as non-binary.
I'm Biden-ary.
Jesus. Interesting.
They're just going in on it, aren't they?
Yep.
But yeah.
We live
I
in
crash bikes and economies.
Is that for Biden?
Yeah. With the helmet on.
Bro, that video of him falling down is just priceless.
Yep.
It's priceless.
That's up there.
Who was? I think I told you this. Dave Portnoy was like, bro, if you can't laugh at that, like you're fucking way too whacked out in fucking politics. Like that shit's funny.
That was hilarious.
That shit's funny.
That's hilarious. People need to laugh. At
He's just literally standing on, like not even moving, and they're just like, oh.
Dude, this shirt goes in. It says roses are red, Kamala's not black, Joe has dementia, and Hunter's on crack.
Oh shit.
And it's this dude with autism wearing the shirt.
Who put that boy on
Oh,
that shirt,
damn.
man? Come on, man. Who did that?
Damn.
Hold on.
Like,
Oh, that's the Let's Go Brandon.
on the front, and then that's
She did it on the back.
They're gonna get on this.
Come on.
They won't attack him.
That's exactly why.
They're like, you're not gonna get shit for this.
Yeah.
Come here, Brandon. This is for you. The shirt's for you. Yay! On the back.
Let's go put out some propaganda.
There'd probably be some people in Oregon that probably still spit on him.
In Oregon.
Like, yeah.
They're like, you don't support Antifa?
You fascist fuck!
He's all just like
standing
Antifa. He's like, it was a free shirt.
You colonizer!
They would just start,
You colonizer!
Alright, well that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun podcast. I actually have a birthday party I have to be to in like 30 minutes or 23 minutes, so
Yeah.
I gotta wrap it up.
I gotta go get my grandma some food.
Shiloh! I'm hungry! Where are you?
dude, we should let her phone in and talk.
Oh, I'm down. I'm definitely. Call her. Hey, no, call her right up there. Hey, what do you want to eat?
Hey, she's gotta go off on here.
Next time we'll do it. Be like, hey, Grandma, what do you want to eat?
Have a little soundboard.
A little disclaimer to people: my grandmother is born in Thailand. She is Thai, very heavy accent.
Oh shit! So
and
Biden might be right when he calls you.
An authentic Thai grandma.
yes,
The one that they all morph into.
So wait, you're Thai,
No
black,
different than a Filipino grandma. They just all morph into the same being.
Thai, Mexican, and African American. That's what I have to say. The American dream.
Damn. Those
Oh yeah? Well, I'm Indonesian. I'm more Asian than you. No, just kidding. No.
Have you ever seen that episode of Family Guy where like they're like, oh, God made the Asian. They're like the perfect specimen of being like compact, smart, and like efficient at repopulation. And they're like, but for whatever reason, there's gonna be a whole bunch of different versions of them. They all hate each other.
Very true.
They're
like the most racist race.
Yeah.
Like against other races,
like
against themselves, like
like freaking like Japanese, like Koreans, China, like they all like they can't stand each other.
Yeah,
they all can't stand each other.
Koreans, like all of them. They all like China,
the Vietnamese, like they all.
They're even differentiated if you're born in America, so you're American Chinese. You know, like American Chinese. Japanese.
That's funny. I was thinking of that episode, man. Like, he's like, yeah, for some odd reason, they're all gonna hate each other. It's like.
I literally, I was like, I feel like this might be a racist comment that I just said out loud. I was like, yeah, my dad's side of the family is fresh off the boat. Like, just, I don't know.
Yeah,
if
it's your family.
Yeah,
it's your family.
Like, I don't know if that's considered racist or not, but like, you know how people call like Italians guinea wops and shit like that.
Aren't you Italian too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a guinea.
I'm like, you're
my mom's straight from Jersey.
She's from fucking Jersey.
I think we're more Sicilian than Italian though. We're like Sicilian, Scottish.
You look like you'd be more Sicilian.
Yeah, I got more Sicilian because my brother did the DNA test.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, we definitely got Indonesian Dutch, and then we got like my mom's more like Scottish, and then I have some Russian in me too.
Yeah,
makes a lot of fucking sense.
Bro,
I want to fight bear.
I want to
bear be Shiloh.
Bro, we'll for sure get into this on a later date on like the DNA if we did it. But for me, bro, my random one was I'm 10% Scandinavian, bro.
I think I got Scandinavian too.
I was like that for sure means that my great granny was messing with one of them little slave owner boys. You know what I'm saying? Along the way, you know. Got me some. There's no way.
What a Scandinavian slave owners?
Well, I mean, European blood.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Unless of course the Great Migration, they were up, like I said, Euro times, or like Asian. Ding ding.
Scandinavia.
Yeah, like they might have made a little pit stop.
Yeah.
That could be it too. That's the one thing about DNA I really want to get into one day is like it's so crazy to see where our ancestors like came from to get to here.
Yeah, my family is one of those families that just creates so many fucking group messages all the time that I'm trying to find the DNA results.
Well, I'm going to say this. If you made it this far along into the podcast, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Till next time, we'll be back on. I think me and Matt are talking. We're going to have Taylor come on next time.
Yeah, dude, we got to hit him up.
Yeah, so we'll hit him up and get him on here. But till next time, I appreciate you guys listening.
Bye, everyone.
Later.